Hey guys, Joel, importsauce.com. Today I want to show you how to remove the window glass from your Volvo P1. Stick around. Okay guys, so in the middle of the engine rebuild. If you haven't started watching that series, go check it out, Ultimate T5 Engine Rebuild. But over the blizzard that we had, our rear passenger door had gotten caved in and smashed. So the one that we see there is one that we just picked up from the junkyard yesterday. And the problem is we're not going to take this down to a tent shop to have them tent one window, especially since these were done years and years ago. So even if we did, you know, our 5%, it may not match. There may be some fading on these and whatnot. And we're not just going to roll with one that doesn't have tint. And in this case, it actually has tint, but it's peeling off. So we have our old, nope, not there, our old door here. We tried to open up and pop the dent out. There was no crease, there was no paint that was chipping off. Let's just take a look. We can see there, you know, it's just kind of caved in. The problem is that even though this whole assembly comes unbolted, the window track is still mounted to this piece and riveted in. So once we tried to pry this back and get that, I mean, that's beyond repair. And it was the last ditch. We were already planning on going to the junkyard, and we had already seen that a paint matched one had come in. So what we're going to do is just swap the windows out, and it's pretty easy. So I'll show you first the clips that hold it, and then I'll show you how to do it on a car where the door is still actually installed, right? So if you look, there's actually just two little kind of like squeezer brackets, right? So as you tighten that 10 millimeter, it has the little fork, and it will tighten and then pinch the glass down. We see one on each side. So what we're gonna do is come over here and we'll show you. All right, let's come back here. And what you're gonna have to do is you will have to take the door panel off, and that's easy enough. There's tons of videos on that. But once you get the door panel off, there's going to be these two little rubber access doors, one and then two. And then what happens is you need to roll the window down until that 10 mil lines up directly here and directly there. If you're in a situation like us where you don't have an engine, you don't have a battery in, don't worry. You're just going to go ahead and release the window from the actual the track. The only thing that's holding the window up right now is going to be the actual motor. So you just go ahead, and there are three T bolts on there, and you take those off, and as soon as you pull this off, the gear on there on the motor disengages with the gear in there, and then at that point you can, let's see if I can back up enough, you can just can't get a good grip with one hand, but there we go. You just kind of push it, right, and it will slide up and down. So then what you're doing is, I don't know if we can see with the light, but yeah, we can start to see, right? Right, and boom, there's our tin there, and there is our tin there. So I'm gonna take these off real quick, and then I'll show you how to get the actual window out. Okay, we are back. So one thing to note is you do not have to take the tins all the way out. You're gonna risk dropping those in there and then trying to fish those things back up. So all you need to do is loosen it so that those little prongs or those pinch clamps just open up enough, and then once they did, we just kind of pulled it, right? So you know you got your window nice and loose. And I was trying to remember how we did this last time because I fiddled with it, but what it is the window is going to slide up and lock into these tracks. So what you're going to want to do is from the back, you can kind of just peel these over. See, there's a little lip there, and you'll be able to get those back on, but you need to just kind of open that up so that there's enough clearance. What we're going to do is we just take the whole top off, right? And there we go. That should be enough, right? You just need, when the window slides up, the top. Let's see if we can do that with one hand here, right? Go behind. And it's a little tricky, but let me put the camera down and I'll come back at you here. Okay, so now I remember what we did on this one. This comes up to the point, just like it comes here, and this rubber actually runs the whole length of the track. So all we did was just grab it here and kind of pull it all the way up, right? So now our top corner is all wide open. We should be able to slide this thing out with no issue. So what I'm gonna do is just grab it on both sides and slide it up. Okay, now we can see that we pulled this up, and here are the 2 pinch points, 1 and 2, where everything bolts onto. So we're gonna continue to grab, slide that out, and then we will simply just do everything in reverse order. Okay, well, we went ahead and stuck the other window back in because when we were pulling that one out, we broke it. So we will have to go get some tint. But here's something interesting that may help you out, right? So when you pull the window off of the bolts there, the track may very well go down. So what I did find is that you can just get a flathead, and these gears are so soft that as long as the weight of the window, you may need somebody to hold that for you. But you can go ahead and just get a flathead on these teeth and see how soft that goes. Like, just move it and you can see that the window fell. So let's slide that. Okay, now we got that window all the way up for now, and we can get this and move that up. And you can see, okay, we're getting pretty close there. So that's one trick in case you do lose your guide. Okay, one more thing I found is as I pushed up the teeth, our bolts were kind of out of alignment, but I did see that there is a little notch there, right? And you can stick a bar and you can kind of pry that over to get those things lined back up, right? So when the window's in there, the tracks on the side are kind of holding everything squared. But there we go. So what I'm going to do is also, when I push the window down, I'm probably going to stick this into that groove and just apply some pressure so that when I push the window into that, it doesn't push the whole thing down. It's going to actually be solid to receive that and then tighten up that bolt. Okay, so we went ahead and did that. And then one way to test it is, it's kind of hard to see, you know, if the window's in there, is just grab the window and watch. Okay, so now we know when we pull in the window, the track's going with it. So last thing we'll do is get our motor, and we'll go ahead and just line that back up. And if you're having an issue with that, make sure it's going in, then it could just be alignment. There we go. But what you want to do is it's kind of a gap there, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this in place, and I'm going to shimmy the window up and down so that the teeth get their correct positioning before we do a torque down on that. And that's it. Okay, here's a pro tip. Again, we have no battery, right? And I went ahead and put the motor back in, and the window's halfway down. And that was a rookie move because now I can't put the window up. So I'm going to pull that motor back off, slide the window all the way up into its closed position, and then mount that back on.